in what was the most anticipated episode of the season, we saw the meeting of Kody Brown and David Woolley. Get your popcorn. Now, it wasn't that interesting, but there were 3 storylines for this week's episode. One was Janelle trying to warn Meri about Coyote Pass and the financial situation that's at play. That's number 1. Number 2, Christine and David are home shopping. There has not been a proposal yet, but they've shopped for a ring, and now they've shopped for a home, and they shopped for a venue. And then the last storyline was David and Kody meeting. Let's get into it. Let me start by saying we're not talking about the Christine and David home shopping extravaganza. I want those minutes back on my life. That was excruciating. I don't know why TLC put it on there or put it in there. My sense is they were just looking for content because it was awful. If you liked that segment, let me know in the comments if anybody liked that segment, because I wanted to jump out the window. All right, the first thing I thought was important and interesting was the conversation between Janelle and Meri about the loan for Coyote Pass. Janelle goes and tells Meri, hey, we got a real problem. We have to pay this off. I don't know why Kody hasn't paid it off. And I'm concerned that A, he's not going to pay it off and we're going to lose the whole property, or B, when he does pay it off, we aren't going to get that property distributed the way that it should be. You, Meri, are owed 1/4 of the property, and right now, the way Kody has broken it down, you're not going to get that much land. Which I think for the audience feels alarming, and I think for the audience, we look at the way that Meri's been treated over the years and we go, this is a real problem. You either need to lawyer up, you need to have some kind of commitment from Kody that you're going to be treated fairly. There needs to be some proactive steps to protect yourself. But Meri reacts very differently. She goes, first of all, Janelle, I think you're wrong. There's no way we're going to lose all of the property. That sounds like a wild loan that we signed, and there's no way they're actually going to pull all the property back from us. I agree with her. It sounds like a really bad deal. But Janelle knows the finances. Janelle's been the one over the years that's tracked everything, and Meri has been totally absent on that front. So it was interesting to hear her turn around and question Janelle's assessment of the situation. That was the first thing. And then the second thing was she pushed back hard on the idea that Kody would ever mistreat her, which is wild to me because I just, there's so many instances, as someone who I've only watched the last few seasons of Sister Wives, but I feel like in every season, there's a clear example of a time when Meri has been mistreated, right? In the last couple of seasons, he has just let her die on the vine while he put all of his attention towards Robin. He has her come over to Thanksgiving or to Christmas and totally ignores her. He had her wedding ring melted down. He made her get divorced so that he could marry Robin. She has been consistently minimized by Kody. And for some reason, it feels like Meri sort of isn't willing to see that reality. So I'm asking myself, well, why is that? And I think there's 2 things. The big one is, it's just like when Meri gets upset when Kody says to her, I never loved you. It's hard for Meri to hear that because Meri has given 32 years of her life to this man. For him to say, I never loved you, means that Meri was really out of touch for 32 years. It means that Meri's sort of ability to understand affection is broken. It means that Meri has wasted her time, right? And I think it's the same kind of idea. If she believes that this man would mistreat her in a financial way, if she believes that this man would really steal the land from her, then what was she doing for the last 32 years? So I think it's hard for her to digest the idea that she was with somebody like that. I also think, in the last episode when Kody and his friend came to help move Meri out of her home, and Meri was, acting like she was ice skating and she was saying, yoo-hoo, and she was being all goofy and playful with Kody, they had a positive interaction. And I think there's still a part of Meri that's hoping for a positive relationship with him. And so for her to turn around and openly scrutinize him, for her to be skeptical of him, I think undermines this subtle hope that she has that they can have a healthy relationship in the future. So there's a little bit of conflict or friction between Meri and Janelle because Janelle was trying to help Meri and she sort of got the stiff arm. And that brings us to the big moment, which was the first meeting between David, Woolley, and Kody. And I thought, they're at Gwendolyn's party, and I thought for sure that when Kody walked in, they would both walk towards each other, say hi, and have some bravado. But they didn't. They both stayed apart, acted like they didn't see each other, and it wasn't until I think McKelty goes, hey, now's a good time. Hey, Dad, come here. Hey, David, come here. And they met, and I thought it was sort of a boring interaction because neither one of them wants to act like they have any interest in the other. Kody's talking about the snow. He's very into the snow and all the weather. And David is just being sort of present while Kody and Robin are picking at him, trying to figure out what his family life looks like and how much time he spent with the kids and all that kind of stuff. So I think their intention for both of them was to act like they didn't care about each other. But I think they do. Kody says, I can't believe that David keeps looking at Robin.
What was interesting is David made more eye contact with Robin and talked to Robin way more than me.
Like, I've watched it back. It does not seem like he's looking at Robin at all unless Robin is asking a question. So you can see that Kody is vigilant. He's trying to find a problem. He's trying to feel slighted for something. He's trying to be angry about something and conjuring up this sort of story. That's how I see it. And in the meantime, you have David, who, when he's reflecting on it, says, oh yeah, Kody was asking me all these questions about how much exposure I've had to the kids. He asked me if I had met the kids, and actually I've babysat the kids overnight, and that made Kody all red.
The first thing he said is, I heard you hold my grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
And McKelty says, well, he did more than that. He babysat them. And he got really red in the face.
I've watched it back, and I don't think Kody got red either. I think David wants to be the dominant figure. I think David wants to win this interaction, and so he's creating this narrative. So they're talking essentially about nothing, in my opinion. Neither one of them, when I reacted to it with my wife, we were talking about how neither one of them is a strong conversationalist. Neither one of them shows any investment in the other, so it's sort of hard to watch. And then as the conversation continues to be boring, then Christine's there, and Christine needs to show her affection for David. So she leans her head like awkwardly on his shoulder.
We'd ride this carpet up
for like no reason. She's not really hugging him. She's not really, there's no connection there, but it's like, I want to demonstrate that this is my new boyfriend. She says boyfriend a lot. She wants everybody to know I've got a new boyfriend. Look at him. He's bald and he has a cool Kraken tattoo, and she's there to show it off. So I was also surprised by that. I thought that when Kody was there, I thought she would pull back, but she didn't. And then the most sort of significant part of that whole interaction, I thought, was when Kody is asking David about his family, and David says, I love grandkids. I like them more than my own children. He's making a joke and whatever. It's a throwaway line from David. But Kody hears it, and Kody goes, I disagree with you. I have a 7-year-old right now, and I think she is way more fun than any of my grandkids. And it's a little bit like it's Kody's effort to stop David from what he's saying, and I think demonstrate what a wonderful father he is. And I don't know if he's demonstrating that for the camera, if he's demonstrating that for David, or if he's demonstrating that for Christine and Robin who are there, but it felt very much like a clear effort from Kody's part to go, hey, I'm a good dad. I think because Kody feels like he's not a good dad, and so he needs to get on the rooftops and shout and demonstrate what a wonderful father he is. I wish he would show half of that investment in the well-being of his older children, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, please hit the like button, notification bell, all those things.